I'm Gina with Wigs by Zyawnis and Zyawnis Healthy Hair Care. And today on Wisdom Wigs Wine Wednesday, we will be talking about closure wigs for newbies. So, for all my new chicks that are, and guys, that are wanting to start out wearing wigs, never worn them before, want to do something new, a closure wig is going to be your best bet. This is because the closure sits like a cap, straight on your head. Whereas a wig with a frontal, you'll have to learn how to glue it down and cut around the ear. It's a little more labor intensive. You either have somebody else do it for you or you know how to do it. But if you're a newbie, this could be a lot and a little bit intimidating for you at first. I am not against them at all, but if you're easygoing, want to change it up very often, don't want to have to deal with anything on your skin, a closure wig is probably best for you, especially starting out. So, what is a closure wig? A closure wig is a wig with a closure, and it's on either a dome cap or a ventilated cap. The difference between those two, a mesh dome cap looks like almost like a stocking cap, and then a ventilated cap actually has it's a little more open, it's more breathable, but you do have to adjust it a little more. Down the line, you'll figure out what works best for you at that point. But the caps that I make are on a mesh dome cap. And so, what is a closure? This is a closure. A closure allows your wig to look more realistic because you're able to part a closure. Now, they come in different sizes. This is a small one. It's a 4x4. There's 4x4, 5x5, 6x6, and 7x7. What does 4x4 mean? It's 4 inches wide by 4 inches long. So, or 4 inches wide by 4 inches deep. This allows you to have a part that's at least 3.5. I wouldn't go 4 because you get to the end of the closure, but 3.5 inches deep. And you can play around with your part at least 4 inches wide. So obviously the wider or the bigger the closure, the more you can play in your hair. There are actually two types of closure wigs you can have. One would be one that faces the front or comes to the front of the hairline. Another is like the kind I'm wearing, where it's more of just centralized. I don't plan on parting this hair, so I don't necessarily need a 4x4 or anything like that. All I need is just something right here to mimic scalp. Now, if you're a person that wears your part always in the same place, do not waste your money on a 5x5, 6x6, 7x7 because you're not changing up your part. So if I know I always wear my part to the left and it's always going to be right here, why buy a 7x7 where I have all this room I can play with and I don't plan on using it? Now, if you like to change up your part, a deep part, a middle part, sometimes this far, sometimes a curve, definitely go with a bigger one. But if you're gonna wear this wig the same exact way all the time, stick to a smaller closure. So the next thing is, with your closure, do you want it plucked? As you can see, you see how this line across here is pretty hard. That's not like a natural hairline. When you get this hairline plucked, it allows for it to look much more natural. Let's see if I have one here. Now, you can see right here, the part has been plucked. You can see across here, it's not as such a hard line, but also, let me see if I can make this happen for you. When it sits on the scalp, see how it's not just a hard line across there? That's what you want. You want your wig to look more natural. And not that we're necessarily trying to fool anybody, but we don't want anybody just to be like, girl, that's a damn wig. You don't want to be in that predicament. That you'll want to do is you'll want to get it bleached. So when they're asking, do you want it bleached? I don't know if you can see this here, but you see how there's these dark black knots in there? That's not very natural looking. You want to bleach that out so that when you do part your hair and it's sitting on your scalp, you want it to look more like that. Now, up close, of course, you can see, but as you get further away, you see how that looks much more natural than this right here. You see that? Yeah, that does not look very natural at all. So you want to definitely have your knots bleached, and you definitely want your closure plucked so that it looks more natural. Now these are things that also you can do at home, but if you're not a person that's very much into doing all that for hair, you might want to have me or whoever you're having do your wig, which I hope is me. It should be me because you're on my page. You should have me just go ahead and do it for you. A lot less worry for you. You don't have to rewash and everything, because when you bleach these knots, you're gonna have to wash that out, which means you're gonna wash out the style, which means you're gonna have to restyle it. That's why you might as well just let me do it. And you don't have to. You're welcome. So now what's next? I'm looking at notes. So when you see me looking down, I'm trying to keep on task with my notes. What is density? Okay, so on your wig, there's going to be, you can choose how thick you want your hair. That's pretty much what density is. So the more, when you see the numbers like 130 to 200 or what in between there, it's saying how thick do you want that wig. Natural, more natural looking wigs or a natural head of hair is going to be somewhere in the 130 range. Now most people that get a wig, they want their hair to look thicker than their natural hair. This wig that I made right here is probably more of your 130, somewhere in there. As you can see, it's not very thick. It's not thin either, but it's not a heavy wig at all. It's, even with it cut short, it's still pretty. It's not thin, but a natural looking wig. This is going to be more of the person that doesn't really want anybody to know that they're wearing a wig. So about 130. Now this wig is thicker, not only because of the curls, it looks thicker, there's actually more tracks on here. This wig is probably at 180% density. As you can see, it's a much thicker wig. My cap is pretty far down in there, and but it gives it more body, and it's still a very natural looking wig. You can make this look, if you go on my website, all these wigs that I'm showing you are on my website and I've worn, and they still look pretty natural. So, but again, 180, pretty thick. And then this one, which I probably should have combed it or something, but this one is at 150. This is a pretty, it looks thick because of the cut, but it's actually not that thick. But again, so density just means how thick it is. Want it to look really thick with a lot of body, you want more density. If you want it to look more natural looking, you want to go towards the lower end of the density, so it looks more like what you can grow out of your own scalp. We all like a lot of hair, a lot of body, but you can achieve body with curls and layers. This unit is not very heavy in density, but the way I cut it and curled it, it allows it to look like it has a lot more body, but I don't have to feel like my head feels heavy with hair. No way is wrong. Whatever you want is right. Do you, boo boo? Do you? Hope you have your wine. Another thing we need to talk about: raw hair, virgin hair, Remy hair, beauty supply hair. What you want is what you want. Whatever website that you're on, you have to take what they give. I mainly do virgin hair. Now, raw hair is where the hair is completely untouched, other than probably shampooing and being put on a weft. It sometimes can come from one donor, sometimes it doesn't, but they usually will tell you how it's made. And so this hair is actually cut off the person's head, gathered up, washed, put on a weft, and sent out. What you get is what you get. So when you're talking about, oh, I want body wave, oh, I want curly hair, most people that are growing their hair these long inches do not have that type of hair. That type of hair is processed. Now, That's where you start getting into virgin hair. Virgin hair can still be somewhat raw, but it has been processed, like a steam process, not necessarily chemical, but steamed process to mimic the curl pattern that you want. We have to be realistic. A lot of times hair that's coming from India, hair that's coming from just different countries in general, they don't have hair like us most times. If they do, they're mixed with something. But a lot of people like us, or I'm not gonna even say us because everybody can be watching this, anybody can be watching this, curly hair. Most people that are giving up their hair do not have curly hair like that. So you have to be realistic about what you're asking. There might be some out there that are curly, but that hair is going to be raw hair is already expensive, but then when you add a particular type of raw hair, now it's even more expensive. I haven't seen it yet, or I've seen one or two. I didn't know for sure if it was fully raw, but that hair was ridiculously expensive because of the fact that that's not a normal thing to be able to find. So think about that. Virgin hair is going to be raw but steamed for your type of texture that you're looking for. Curly, kinky curly, body wave. If it comes in a package and the curl is very uniform, our hair is not like that. Nobody's hair is like that. Know that it's been processed. Hopefully it's just been steamed processed. But then you start getting into where like the Virgin Remy is really good hair, but it has been where the cuticles are all running the same way. They may have been processed a little more so that the hair acts a certain way. All this hair is fine and it's your preference. I say as a newbie, probably your best bet is to just start off with virgin hair. It's easier to get. You have a variety of curl patterns that you can pick. Still great hair, better than beauty supply hair. Beauty supply hair, it's pretty expensive, and a lot of times, a lot of it has fillers, What is synthetic blend? So on my site, for some of my clients that like synthetic hair, I do a synthetic hair blend. So it's either synthetic hair that's been made to feel like human hair, or it's synthetic hair blended with some human hair. It's a little more, it's better than just straight synthetic hair. You can do a little more with it, but it's still limited. You cannot put a lot of heat on it. You're not really able to bounce back from curly to straight to curly to straight, and if you are, you can't do it too many times. How should you measure your head for your wig? Hairline to hairline, front to back, hairline to hairline across your nape, and then circumference around your head. Okay, those are our 3 measurements that we definitely need. Now, what's some of your security for your wig? You can have an adjustable band put in your wig, and how that works, I don't have any in mine. I don't really care for adjustable bands, but because I feel like the cap does enough, especially because I've measured it to my head. But some people do like this extra security. So you would get this band that's adjustable, and it's placed right in here, right by the closure, and it sits like this. It sits like this in your hair, in your wig. So when you would go to put the wig on, you would start with the wig kind of like this. You would put the band on first and then flip the wig right over it. This just kind of helps with you feeling more secure with the wig on your head. Now for me, I use the Wig Fix. I will put the link down in the bottom, and I'll show you what that looks like. It's just this right here. This secures my wig pretty well, and so I don't do all that. And as you can see, my wig that I'm wearing today has no combs, no anything. And this is why I like a closure wig. Look at that. I'm right back. I'm right back. See me? Right back. I look cute. I know. But anyways, so you see how easy this closure was. I mean, I hope it's all right, because I sure can't see. Will y'all tell me if I look stupid? Probably not. You're just gonna laugh, but it's all right. It's okay, you get it. Okay, I'm back. Another thing, hold on, emergency. Combs. Some people do not like combs in their wigs. I actually do like a comb just in the bottom, because when I put this on, this is able to just kind of click right up under where I usually have my twist secured, and that keeps it from kind of moving. But custom wig over a stock wig. So I know there's a lot of websites right now that you can run and go get you a wig that's, you know, pretty inexpensive, close to $100, a little bit over, just depending on the length. When they send it to you, a lot of times it may not be bleached, it may not be plucked, and it's going to be the very basic of styles. It's this wig with a bang, but it may not really have curls in it, and it's definitely not going to have all these colors unless you purchase it with all these colors, which is going to raise the price. And you may say, I wonder what it would look like if it was more blonde instead of red. You really have to purchase whatever they have there. With a custom wig, you can tell me, Gina, I like that wig, but can I reverse it where there's more blonde than there is red? Can I have more brown instead of, can I have it purple? Can I have it blue? Can you do half a wig blue, half a wig icy white? You get what you want. So yes, you pay a little more, but it's exactly what you want. So a custom wig is you get to customize it. It says who you are, not what the company says you should be. If you want one side cut shorter than the other, you don't have to now take it to a stylist, take that wig somewhere, have them pay for a whole nother service for them to now give you the cut that you want. It's already cut when it comes to you. So why should you choose my wigs over somebody else's? I have watched so many women make wigs, and I mean, they are amazing. There's so much talent out there. So I'm not gonna shame anybody else. If you see something you like, you should go get it. Now, I will say with me, and I can't speak for others, but your confidence is totally my business. I want you to feel like when I've emailed Gina, she got back to me. She really cares about how I feel. She cares about how I look. She's gonna keep it real with me. She's not gonna sugarcoat it just so she can make some money. I am in the business to make money, but I know that all money is not good money, and the best money and the best clients are people that can trust you, and they know that I'm gonna get the real deal when I talk to you. If that's what you want, you should definitely get my wigs. I've been a hairstylist for 20 years. If you ever meet any of my clients, they will tell you that I never sugarcoat stuff, and I never just tell them what they want to hear. Because money makes the world go round, but it's also very important, and you shouldn't waste it. So I'm not trying to get you to waste your money with me. I want you to feel confident with me to spend your money with me and know that it's well spent. Hold on, wine time. That's why you should buy away from me. Not only because I can cut the hell out of a wig and dye one too. You see these wigs? Go on my page, see my cuts. I'm kind of a big deal. I'm just saying. But not only because of that, but I really do care about you and how you feel when you're in this wig. And I don't want you to feel that you've been taken advantage of when it comes to your pockets, because I don't want anybody to do that to me. That's why you should choose my wigs. So, in closing, I done promoted my business, and I already told you guys that I definitely want to promote different Black businesses. So last week I did, or earlier this week I promoted, or I just brought up my esthetician, but now I'm actually going to promote her. Her name is Megan Campbell, and she is, her salon is called The Megan Touch. When I tell you that she has my skin feeling flawless. Flawless. And she's so sweet. She definitely cares about your skin, and girl is beautiful and has a beautiful soul. You need to see her. I will put her link in, I will put it down below so that you can see how to make an appointment with her. If you're in town, if you're not from here, when you come to Fort Worth, Texas or Dallas, Texas, make sure you stop at the Megan Touch. Off the chain. And then I definitely have to promote my baby girl, Trinity. and Princess Pop Lip Gloss. Now, this lip gloss that I've been wearing this whole time, my daughter's little company, she sells lip glosses, and they come in these cute, look at this. This looks like a candy. Let me close it back up. This looks like a lollipop. And look at this. I mean, the cutest stuff. And it stays on. It feels smooth. It doesn't taste bad. She got me popping. You know what I'm saying? She did that. Yeah, so look her up. I will also put her little website in the link below. You can just catch both of them on Instagram. Princess Pop Lip Gloss on Instagram, and the Megan Touch on Facebook and Instagram. And I will also put their websites down below. Please purchase. Black women out here with black businesses doing the doggone thing. Well, my daughter's not a woman yet, but black young lady doing the damn thing. And her mom helps her run the business, and they are doing great. You need to go see the page. So again, ladies, enjoy, and thanks for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe and like, and I will see you next Wednesday. Bye.